Picture this. You're certain a conversation happened. You remember every word, but the other person looks you dead in the eye and says, "That never happened. You're making things up." They're so confident, so unwavering, that suddenly you're the one who feels crazy. If this sounds familiar, you're not alone, and you're not losing your mind. You're experiencing gaslighting, one of the most sinister forms of psychological manipulation that exists. Gaslighting systematically destroys your grip on reality, making you question your memories, perceptions, and sanity itself. Named after a 1944 film where a husband drives his wife to believe she's insane, this manipulation happens every single day in relationships, workplaces, and families. The damage? Absolutely devastating. But here's the good news. Once you understand how it works, you can protect yourself. Let's expose exactly how manipulators hijack your mind and how you take your power back. The mechanics, how they break you down. Gaslighting is brilliant in its cruelty because it's gradual. Think of it like erosion. One wave doesn't destroy a cliff, but thousands will. Manipulators use a calculated pattern that slowly chips away at your mental foundation. Outright denial is their first weapon. You clearly remember your partner promising to be home for dinner. You cooked. They never showed. When confronted, they respond with absolute confidence. "I never said that. You're making things up." They deny it so completely, sometimes insisting they told you the opposite, that doubt creeps in. Did I misunderstand? Am I remembering wrong? Next comes minimizing your emotions. You express hurt and they respond, "You're overreacting, you're too sensitive," or "It was just a joke." Your legitimate feelings become character flaws. Through repeated minimization, you start believing your emotions don't matter, that you're the problem. Then there's memory manipulation. "Are you sure? You have such a terrible memory," they'll say constantly. When this happens repeatedly about everything, big events and small, you begin distrusting your own mind. You second-guess everything. Can I trust my memory at all? This is where psychological damage accelerates exponentially. Advanced tactics, isolation, and control. As manipulation deepens, techniques become more sophisticated. Blame shifting is particularly cruel. Caught doing something wrong, they accuse you of the same behavior. A cheating partner suddenly accuses you of infidelity. Someone caught lying claims you're dishonest. The brilliance? It keeps you off balance, constantly defending yourself instead of holding them accountable. Manipulators also make contradictory statements, saying something then completely denying it moments later. These contradictions create cognitive dissonance. Your brain can't reconcile what you heard with what they're claiming. It's mentally exhausting, which is exactly their goal. But the most damaging tactic is isolation. They systematically cut you off from support. Everyone thinks you're the problem. Your friends don't really like you. Your family is toxic. By severing connections to people who could validate your reality, they become your only source of truth. You're left alone, confused, and dependent on them for your sense of reality. Sometimes they use triangulation, bringing third parties who validate their version of events. Now it's not just one person against you, it's multiple people. You feel like the crazy one because the manipulator's reality seems reinforced by the group. Why they do it? The dark psychology. Manipulators gaslight for one primary reason: control. By undermining your sense of reality, they ensure you become dependent on them to define what's true. They become the narrator of your life. You become a passive character in your own story. This need for control often stems from deep insecurity. They feel powerless elsewhere, so they seize control where they can. For others, it's learned behavior, normalized in families where gaslighting was the standard operating procedure. And for many, it's about avoiding accountability. If they convince you that an event never happened, they'd never have to change, never have to feel guilt or shame. The devastating impact. The effects are profound. Chronic self-doubt becomes your default setting. Anxiety becomes constant. Your nervous system is in perpetual high alert. Depression follows, as the isolation and invalidation create hopelessness. Self-esteem crumbles as you internalize their narrative about you.
Social isolation deepens as you withdraw, losing confidence in your ability to trust or be understood. Most tragically, you lose trust in your own instincts. That internal compass that once guided you becomes unreliable, at least according to the person gaslighting you. And devastatingly, you come to believe it too. Recognizing the signs. Ask yourself, do you constantly apologize even when you've done nothing wrong? Do you second-guess your memories regularly? Do you walk on eggshells around someone, feel isolated from your support system, experience confusion or anxiety after interacting with a particular person? Pay attention to your body. Does your heart race before seeing them? Do you feel dread? These are your body's alarm bells telling you something's wrong, even if your mind has been trained to doubt itself. How to protect yourself and recover. Document everything. Keep a private record of conversations and incidents. Save emails, screenshot texts, and maintain a journal. When they deny something happened and you have dated evidence, something shifts. More importantly, you rebuild trust in your own perception. Trust your instincts again. That feeling that something's off, honor it. Your intuition is picking up on subtle signs your conscious mind hasn't fully registered. Seek external support. Talk to trusted friends, family, or mental health professionals who can provide an objective perspective. Having someone validate your experience is medicine for a gaslit soul. Set clear boundaries and enforce them. You can simply say, "I won't continue this conversation if you deny what just happened," then disengage. Don't wait for their approval. The boundary is for you. Get professional help. Therapy, particularly cognitive behavioral therapy, can help you process trauma, rebuild your sense of self, and develop strategies for recognizing manipulation. If you're experiencing domestic violence, confidential resources like the National Domestic Violence Hotline are available. The path forward. Recovering from gaslighting is a journey. Healing isn't linear. Some days will be harder than others. But understand this. If someone made you doubt your reality, that's not a reflection of your weakness. It's a reflection of their manipulation. The fact that you're recognizing these dynamics means you're already reclaiming your power. Your reality is valid. Your perceptions matter. Your feelings are important. You deserve relationships where your version of events is respected, your emotions are honored, and your mind is never weaponized against you. If you found this helpful, subscribe for more psychology and mental health insights. And remember, trust yourself.